all Federalists. We're all Republicans.
Compromise had brought new indignity. Now his people wanted war.
On October 29th, Black Tuesday, the bottom dropped out. The average price of major stocks falling nearly 40 points.
Sunday, 3 days ago, on December 7th, the United States of America was attacked by armed forces of the Japanese.
That the forces of Germany have surrendered to the United Nations.
1
We will now proceed to the signing of the North Atlantic Treaty.
I'm not a crook.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
That looks like a second plane.
Oh, there's another one. Another plane just hit.
Category 3 storm and possibly taking aim at southeast Louisiana. Hurricane Katrina continues to move west.
A continuing series of financial institution failures.
America is a place where all things are possible.
Coronavirus officially hitting the U.S.
And lift off. The crew of Artemis II now bound for the moon. Humanity's next great voyage begins.